hardest part is figuring out what you want to master.
Focus on your product.
Can you tell somebody that they suck?
You got to just go, this is exactly what I want to do for a living.
You can't even tell somebody that their breath is fit life.
Coach Kev, it's Monday morning and we got 10 minutes
10 minutes, dude.
to start this week off right.
That's pretty cool of us to do if you think about it.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, we just want to get people motivated and inspired.
Yeah.
Why? Not because we figured anything out. We just have seen the impact that it's had on our life to take time for ourselves. Like, that's all we're doing is talking about the benefits of getting your mind right, getting your vibe right.
Yeah.
So
We're pretty cool guys. Like
I think it's pretty nice.
We're super nice.
I mean, this isn't what either of us do for business, really.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's get into it, man. The clock is ticking.
Yeah.
This is what I want to talk to you about today. Gratitude.
Yeah, dude.
Very important. Another thing that when I talked about this on our last 10-minute Monday, but it's something that when I first heard, I thought it was super lame. It sounded like an Oprah thing, or like not that Oprah's lame, she's sick, but I'm saying like it sounded fluffy.
Right.
It sounded like, oh, you want me to sit and say what I'm so
What I'm
thankful for.
grateful
Awesome.
for, yeah.
And then we had our boy Charlie on 10-minute Monday. He has this winning streak thing, which
the
is
best.
so good. Which
It's
is
the
essentially
best thing, dude. It like encompasses everything in terms of getting you in the right zone.
Yeah, and you know what I love about it most is it takes all of the whackness out of gratitude practice.
Yeah.
It makes it cool.
Well, and I also feel like saying I'm on a winning streak, it's gratitude in action. That's
And
really
you get
what
to like
it is.
it is 100%, and you get to like humble brag a little.
Yeah.
You get to tell your Instagram followers like, I'm sick.
Yeah.
You know, he nailed it with that.
So good.
So I wanted, because you're the first one who kind of introduced me to that, and I wanted to talk about it. Once again, I want to start this out by saying it's something that no matter how whack I thought it was or fluffy or whatever, 100% changed my perspective on things. And I've now went and done a little bit of research about the reticular activating system and finding out the neurological reason why it works. But it really does work. And I want to pick your brain on it. So
let's do this, man. I just think at the end of it, I think everything that we experience and what we create, the goals we achieve, have a lot to do with how we feel.
Yep.
So, and I think at any point, it's very easy to experience lack. And lack is the opposite of abundance, right?
Yep.
When you're operating from the space of the glass being half empty, you know what I mean? But yet you're trying to reach this level over here. Well, that's the opposite energy. No matter how hard you work, if your mindset is in a space of lack, if your mindset is in a space of like, this isn't working, I don't care how hard you work, you're not going to be able to get there because the energy is off.
Yeah. You know, one thing that I've learned is like, it almost seems like everyone, myself included in the past, have been like miserable and sort of like, oh, life sucks and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be too, I was never that negative. But like, you know, like, oh, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Things aren't the way I wish they were. This isn't fair. That's not fair, whatever. But if I got rich, I would change, as opposed to changing first,
right?
And then the money and the whatever you want, comes, and it just never works that way. I think everyone's waiting for kind of this like life raft to come save them because they deserve it,
for sure.
And instead of changing and almost, for lack of a better way, like acting rich now, act successful now, and go out and do business and be with your friends and be with your family like you already are the person you want to be, and then attracting those things. And I don't even mean in like a hippie way of attracting them. I mean like if you go out and are nicer to people and are more optimistic and ambitious, more opportunities are going to come. More people are going to want to work with you. More people, you know what I mean?
Well, and I think like, man, I've always been into this stuff. Not always, but since I was 18. And I've been through hell. I've been through some major, major, major things. And I just look at, well, how do I get out? I get out by getting grateful. I mean, and a lot of people, they didn't even know, because I've been a personal life coach since I was 17.
It's insane.
So did the people who I was coaching in 2008, no, there were times, dude, where I was on a coaching call in 2008 in the middle of the recession where literally I'm teaching be, do, have on a group coaching call. And the electricity in my house gets shut off. What?
Yeah.
Like when I've told a lot of people about some of the stuff that I was going through, like they had no idea because I've always been this way. I've always known, well, since I was 17, 18 and I started practicing these things, that when you're in a hole, you got to stop digging. Things are going to happen in life. Situations are going to happen with the economy. And if you get too caught up in the world versus what truly makes you abundant, which is how you feel and what you appreciate in life, if you get too caught up in the world, you'll get trapped and you won't get out.
One of my biggest things too is like, I'm not as good at putting this stuff into words as you are, but like when you really observe people that have had big scandals, people that have lost big sports moments, business people, anyone, you can really see that you don't lose when you take the loss.
Right.
You lose when you've accepted that you're a loser.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's people that you see people that go through hell and still make it because they never accepted that they are a loser.
Right.
Right? They always said, I'm a winner that's having a rough time.
Yeah.
And I think that if you watch people notoriously, you'll see one person, you'll see some people deal with scandals or bad press, and they keep pushing through. Kevin Hart's done a really good job of that, right?
Yeah.
He's had a lot of stuff come his way. Some deserved, some not, in my opinion. But he's always pushed through because he never accepted, man, I'm done. My career's over, whatever. And the moment you accept it, that's when it's over.
Yeah.
And I think that, I don't know, just seeing that has taught me a lot that it's all about the game that you play in your brain.
Yep, and your focus. They say winners focus on winning.
Yep.
Losers focus on winners.
Yep.
I think about how over this last weekend, actually, this dude who was previously like he's always balanced between number 1 and number 5 at the lowest in Orange County real estate.
Yep.
And last year, I feel bad, but dude had the worst year of his life. Like, I think he's like probably further than number 50.
Wow.
And over the weekend, he took a really public jab at me on his Insta for something that was completely inappropriate to do.
Yep.
And I think about it and I'm like, man, instead of just focusing on yourself and what you need to do to get yourself out of it, he took a jab at me.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
that's when you know that someone's accepted their place.
Yeah.
Right? Because then you try to pull people down.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to pick yourself up.
100%.
So let me ask you this. What do you, also I just want to mention that for anyone who is sort of questioning or doubting or still not sold on the power of this, I'm very much that type of person.
Right.
And I need to be convinced.
Yeah.
And I came across what the reticular activating system is in your brain. Look that up.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that makes you, look at a certain car that you want online and then you see it everywhere you go.
You see it everywhere.
Same thing they used when they were marketing the iPod at first with the white headphones.
Yep.
Because they thought if you could get enough people seeing people out in the streets with white headphones, you would think that everyone had them and you now need them to fit in. And it worked. There was a tipping point there, right?
Yep.
And so I think you can do a lot of research on that and how you can really practice it. You can build it like a muscle and you can teach your brain to start seeing the good in your life. And everyone listening to this has enough good in their life to be thankful for.
100%.
I'm not saying you might be might not be in a tough place. Life might be tough right now, but you're listening to a podcast on a nice phone.
For sure. Your phone costs like a G.
Exactly. And so you have a lot to start to add up, and you can really train your brain to start to see the good in your life as opposed to the bad. It's something that is true. It works. It's not.
Well, and I think it's easy to actually be grateful for the good stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like the common things are, I start with my physical being. I'm so thankful that I can see today, I can hear today, I can smell today, I can feel today, I can hug my children, like I can walk, I don't have any pain in my physical. So I'll start off getting grateful about my physical.
Yeah.
And that puts me in a space. Then I think about where I live. Do we live in California?
Yeah.
Where we live, the amount of people that vacation to, or wherever you live. If it's somewhere safe, it's awesome. And then I'll go into work and everything else. The question is, can you be grateful for the breakdown? Mm-hmm. Can you be grateful for the huge pile of ish that just landed right in front of you? Mm-hmm. when you can be grateful for that, and I call it the perfect game.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's some dude hating on me or somebody who stole from us.
Yep.
Can I say, thank you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's where the party's at, man. It's easy to be grateful for what's good, but if you can be grateful for the hater, if you could be grateful for the thief, if you could be grateful for, maybe it's not that major, maybe you're just stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord, for this traffic.
Yeah.
You know, when you hear the stories of things like 9/11 and people who did not make it to the building because of a situation, and in that situation, they were probably really frustrated.
Yep.
We have no idea how the world is working for us in our favor.
Yep.
We have to be able to sit in it at all times and just say, no, this doesn't make sense that this is happening to me right now, but thank you. I trust that where I'm at is exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Yep. Okay, so here it is. We're at the point in the episode where we tell people how to use it. It's Monday morning.
Yeah.
I want everyone to start now.
Yes.
Right? Wherever you are, I want you to take a moment and do this right now and set up a time during your day when you do it. Charlie does winning streak, which I think is amazing because it's throughout the day at all times, which is great. That works. How can people apply it?
It's very, 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 very simple. And there's 2 words to play with. So I used to write out what I'm grateful for.
Yep.
These days I write out what I appreciate. Because then when you look at those 2 words, gratitude versus appreciation, similar to the winning streak, appreciation is gratitude in action.
Yep.
So I simply write out, today I appreciate, and many times I'm in a funk.
Yep.
So if my daughter, my newborn, is not available to FaceTime me to get out of that funk, I will write out, I appreciate. And if you write out 10 things, watch, just try it.
Yeah.
Your vibe will change.
Yep.
Your energy will shift.
So there it is. Just today and for the rest of the week, pick a time, at any time.
Anytime.
Write out 10 things that you're grateful for or that you appreciate or that were part of your winning streak, whatever you want to call it. Send it to me and Kev on Instagram.
Yeah.
At Kevion, at Drama.
I have a challenge.
Yeah.
Whoever can say what they're grateful for, but whatever is the gnarliest thing that somebody writes that is not something that you would normally be grateful for, let's do a conference call.
Done.
Let's just do a 10-minute conference call with that person.
We can do a group FaceTime.
Yeah, let's
do that now.
All right.
Okay, there it is. So hashtag, what are we doing? Hashtag grateful?
It's going to be hard to find.
Hashtag, what is it? Hashtag
gratitude game?
Hashtag gratitude game. There's probably not that many of those.
Shouldn't be too many. We'll know.
Okay. Hashtag gratitude game. Post it in your stories. Tag me and Kevion.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Guys, if you like that and you want to see more like it, as well as vlogs, other web series, and all the random stuff that I'm doing here on YouTube, don't forget to click that subscribe button. You won't regret it. I promise.